Sometimes you see a movie on Tubi that is so stupid you can barely believe it got made. And sometimes, a week later, you completely can't believe you just found that trash in your friend's house. Your very first shot is the afterglow of teen boy rape. I just can't wait for you to never live up to justifying that.
Quiet down, boy.
I just put my ass gun away. Do not make me get it out again.
Say it. That kid still won't sleep? I'm gonna show you what happens when you boys don't keep quiet.
If you want them to be quiet, why don't you simply drug them beforehand?
Please do not give people tips on how to rape. So for some reason, Old Man Skis drags this kid into the room of the other kid who was screaming, but isn't screaming anymore. Now he's ripping up a Bible, because demons love littering.
I told you to get to sleep. I don't care if you can't.
Well, that might be the problem.
Drugs!
Oh no, not the obvious. Yes, mortal! I used my demonic power to turn out the lights and make you think I disappeared when in fact I only moved a few feet away and then gave up my position anyway. Fear me! Sounds kinda stupid, huh? The demon starts chanting, forcing Skis to drop his ass gun, and while they play with the light switch, we fade to the next scene. Personally, I love a beige opening scene where the only clear information is that this kid's colon is full of this guy's cum. Thanks, movie! Off to a really good start.
Anyone know the symptoms? No?
Are you even listening? Your foster uncle's elaborating on peculiar brain function during Klein-Levin syndrome. You know, child's play.
Wow. From zero useful dialogue to perfectly brutal exposition.
The hell is a foster uncle?
You didn't sleep again last night? Carla, it's not good for you. You have late nights too. Yeah, but look at what I have been reading. There is a Javanese demon, which if you give it your soul will make you rich overnight, but will turn you into a wild boar.
The hell does that have to do with anything?
Ah, fuck. None of the dialogue is gonna be unshitty.
Fatal familial insomnia. FFI affects 40 families worldwide. Put simply, FFI prevents you from sleeping until you die.
That is a real thing, so point for the movie.
Take this man, for example. Now, he went without sleep for about 30 days. He was extremely paranoid, delusional. Finally, his wife and child were found dead, murdered. Some people want to link Satanism to this guy, claim it's evidence of demonic possession.
Wait. Why would anyone want to do that? Who is this killer?
Play that back. I must have missed something.
Some people want to link Satanism to this guy, claim it's evidence of demonic possession. But not me. We stick to medicine in this class.
Yeah, I'm just not getting it.
Okay, I get it. See, what happened here is that this guy brought up demons and Satanism in his classroom without anyone even asking about it, just so he could denounce them and claim that science is the only true path. In this movie about demonic possession. You know, because he's the villain.
I'm sorry. All we can do now is make your brother comfortable.
No, I can't accept that. There's still plenty of options.
You can see he's steadily declining. His energy levels are constantly fluctuating, Miss Dawson.
Healthcare is hard. Why not just give up?
In 2008, Mexican doctors ran a drug trial that directly provoked the lapse prion 23 in the brain to start rebuilding proper sleep chemistry. The patient actually slept for a whole hour. Now, I know it's not legal here, but we need to start...
What happened after that? Did the patient recover?
Look, it's not about whether it's legal or not. The point is, success isn't guaranteed, and your brother just isn't worth trying for. And with her doctors urging her to let her brother die a delirious paranoid death and her ex showing up to play cards with him, she has a talk with her foster uncle's sleep professor.
Remember when I told you that your dad took your mom to a special facility?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I haven't been completely honest with you. It's an abandoned basement here on this campus.
What?
How do you abandon a basement?
Without proper care, Blake won't last the week. Would you do anything you can to save him?
For no given reason, she actually hesitates when given a chance to help her dying brother, even though a moment ago she was asking his doctors to break the law for him.
You know, Lothgob the Overbearing once said, "I'm not going to prison today. If they're that gullible, that's on them."
Deep.
Rob's right. You know, if we can't work inside the system, then we're gonna have to get outside of it.
He didn't exactly invite you.
You're gonna need my help, Carla.
Besides, you just told her about the criminal acts you're considering, so... she's involved now.
Is it really this moronic every step of the way?
Well, they do go to the hospital in the middle of the night to sneak her brother out, even though the hospital wants him out anyway, so... yeah.
I think visiting hours are over.
Who are you talking to?
Is that what you would do? If you were there to kidnap someone and you thought you heard another voice talking, you would get closer to see who it was instead of, like, you know, waiting for the coast to clear. For example, as they're packing him up for removal, the ex shows up with a board game. So even though...
I think visiting hours are over.
people can still visit. Everything is fucking stupid.
You need a pharmacologist.
How would you know that?
Why you?
You really don't have one?
Because you can trust me.
Can we?
A little late for the sassitude, Carla. You've already led him straight to your secret human experiment lab. Professor Foster Uncle Villain leads them into the building to an elevator that requires a key. They then go down to a clearly marked sub-basement.
How'd you find this place?
They went down!
What the fuck kind of question is that? But I do have a question of my own. If this basement is abandoned, whatever that means, is that elevator abandoned? The hallway? Is that door abandoned? How did the university forget it has a property that you can literally walk right into?
One night we were students, blind drunk. Me and your dad stumbled on the elevator, keys inside. Years later we remembered, and so we came down here to treat your mom. No one knows about it. Everyone's forgotten it even exists.
How do you know that nobody knows this place exists? Are you walking around asking randos if they've stumbled upon your secret lair? Because that sounds like a bad idea.
So, this is your new workspace.
Speaking of, who built it? When you found this place as drunk students, was there already an observation lab installed and abandoned? Or did you and her dad build this place yourselves in secret?
Who are they?
That's Chris. He has near-fatal sleep apnea, and Angela has violent night terrors. They came to me in the hospital, asked for help. I'm doing what I can.
And what is that exactly?
Let me guess. They never tell us.
Not a fucking word.
Why the lock? Sleep disorders can be unpredictable. Just precaution.
So, instead of restraining potentially violent patients, you lock them in a room together where they could potentially murder each other.
All right. I'm starting to like this guy.
Hi, guys.
Excellent character introductions.
Who beat the shit out of that guy?
Never explained, never addressed. I don't even know why that guy's even here. He doesn't say a word the entire movie.
I suppose I should have known.
So, what's with you and Patrick?
We used to date a while ago. It doesn't matter now.
Wait a minute. You and Jockstrap used to date, and I'm only finding out about this now?
No, I think we have more important things to be thinking about.
Yes, this romantic subplot is totally interesting and necessary, but Jockstrap? She just used an athletic slur against that beanpole dweeb, who, by the way, is doing right now, in front of them, the only thing we've actually established that his character does, playing board games. That's why we are going to call him Game Boy.
I am not going to call him that.
So these two stay up all night studying because even though Carla doesn't have a disorder, she also never sleeps. I guess. Carla then hears wind blowing behind a bookcase and discovers an air duct on the floor in a sub-basement. I don't buy that shit, but a German physicist told me it makes sense, so fine. One more point for the movie. The important thing is Carla found her dad's video diary.
This is Dr. William Dawson. After exhausting other options, we've come here to trial experimental drugs on patients with potentially fatal sleep disorders, including my wife, Sarah. I know I'm this close to the solution. I know it.
That was really worth the time, Bill. Thanks. Then it shows someone else operating the camera, documenting the secret sleep science, and they never tell us who the fuck it is. We never even see his face, so that's funny.
So, anything?
No, nothing.
Well, perhaps we should take this opportunity
This is
to
the devil's
recalibrate.
work. Francis, you're here.
How did the priest get down there without an elevator key?
Are all humans incapable of keeping a fucking secret?
Predictably, when the doctors aren't looking, Sarah spooks the priest.
It was as if someone else was speaking.
I don't get it. Who?
I need to go. Talk to a friend of mine. I'll be back soon.
Francis?
Hopefully the priest tells 1,000 more people about this huge secret.
They hear someone coming and stash the box because they don't want anyone to know about the tapes. For some reason.
Carla, you're tired. Let me take your shift.
No, thanks.
Her shift of what?
It doesn't matter. The important thing is that she exhausts herself out of spite so she can take lesser care of her dying brother. I love a movie where the character motivations contradict themselves. She greets Blake, whose hands are empty, then checks on Nightmare Girl. And in seconds, he's ripped out 90% of the pages of the Bible he wasn't holding, until Carla yanks it out of his hands, then most of them are back.
What were you doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing? I don't know. I can't describe how stupid that exchange is, given that she watched what he was doing, and the evidence is right there on the floor in front of them. I just need the movie to know that because of its immeasurably stupid dialogue, my insides are an indescribable inferno of rage.
So, how did Blake respond to the new combination?
Yeah, he seems to be doing better. He's got a lot more mobility. Still no REM sleep, though.
Oh, you're actually treating him? I hadn't noticed because it hasn't been on screen or even mentioned until now. So is this like medication or...
I wanted to talk.
Well, there's nothing to say.
No one cares about your unnecessary subplot. Fast forward to these two watching more video diary tapes. Must be annoying having to constantly pull that stuff out and hide it again.
Okay, day 8. We've been progressing. Okay. They're now displaying extreme paranoia, except for Sarah, who's quite different.
So, 0 doctors are aware of restraining potentially violent patients.
At least his betrothed is in the most danger. This is good science.
My God.
No, honey. The lady in the TV is your mom. Blake is your brother. He's in the other room. So she goes to give her brother a glow stick injection and notices Nightmare Girl is crying.
Are you okay?
He's trying to get me.
Who is?
Blake. He keeps on whispering to somebody, but nobody's there. You have to get me out of here.
It's okay.
I can't stay here.
We're gonna make you better. We're gonna make you all better.
What?
Fucking seriously!
Are you okay?
He's trying to get me.
Merciful Mithra, say your line! This pause is annoying, not dramatic!
Who is?
Wow, sitting up was so scary! I didn't think it would be, but the orchestra hit changed my mind!
He keeps on whispering to somebody, but nobody's there.
That guy over there is muttering to himself. That means he's trying to get me. Wait a second! Those two things don't fucking connect!
You have to get me out of here.
It's okay.
I can't stay here.
So fucking leave! You're a patient, not an inmate!
We're gonna make you better. We're gonna make you all better.
1, they aren't all talking to you. 2, why are you condescending to her? 3, why are you not listening to her at all? 4, why are you acting like you're scared of her when she's the one asking you for help? 5, do you believe her about Blake's weird whispering or not? Either way, go check the recordings to see what she's talking about. 6, your patient asked to leave. Super fucking ethical to hold her against her will. And fucking 7... why didn't you bum rush the door when she fucking opened it?
Did you see that?
What?
Angela, she grabbed me just now.
Carla, I was watching you the whole time. I didn't see any of that.
Well, that simply isn't possible. The script is trash.
Look, if you're worried about Angela, she'll be fine once the sedative set in. Until Rob gets back, I'm keeping a close eye on her.
Well, obviously not. Hey, here's a thought. Check the fucking recordings!
You need to get some rest.
No. No, I'm gonna stay up. Keep watch.
If there's one thing I've learned about humans by watching this movie, it's that the longer they stay awake and stressed, the better their quality of life.
So Carla's watching as Nightmare Girl gets increasingly upset about being trapped in the room with Blake. Oh, by the way... So we know the microphones pick up Blake's whispers, making it even less possible that Game Boy didn't notice it before. Anyway... Wow! That is twice now that this movie has tried to pass off Nightmare Girl as a jump scare while Carla is observing her. Remarkably inept work, movie. And the demon possessing Blake just took control of Nightmare Girl the same way it did with Bryan Singer in the beginning. Except where it made the boy fucker drop his gun, this time it makes the girl kill herself.
Angela, stop! A present for you, KJ.
But the female healer wanted to help Nightmare Girl, not drive her to suicide.
Yeah, it's just more broken dialogue that doesn't connect to anything going on around it.
Ah, right. More of that.
The more pertinent thing, I think, is this isn't just Nightmare Girl obeying the whispers of the demon. It used her voice to speak to Carla. It used her eyes to look at her. It has effectively possessed her.
Blake was looking at me, almost like he was pleased. I think he told her to do it.
Hon, she was really sick. I
know what I saw.
Do you? Remind me. What was it Blake said to you after Nightmare Girl killed herself?
You okay?
Ah, right! He didn't even know it happened.
Perhaps the healer is attempting to pass the blame to her brother. She was either too inept or too cruel to allow the patient to leave, resulting in the patient ending her own life. Better to blame the weaker person with memory problems.
But you do... First, you don't have to blame anyone. Her wounds will indicate it was a normal fucking suicide. You're all in the clear. Secondly, blaming your brother for what everyone will believe was a suicide just makes her look fucking irrational. Third, you're really using the I know what I saw cliche?
Well, whatever happened, this can't continue.
But Blake...
I have to contact Angela's family. We can't lie to them about what happened, where it happened.
Hang on. That actually brings up a pretty interesting question. If you met Nightmare Girl because she was in the hospital where you work and asked for your help, and then you whisk her away to this underground lair, does her family know? Like, are they all in the above world running around frantically searching for their missing daughter that vanished without a trace? Or are they all just content to have you locking her away in a John Kramer tomb?
This is on me. You guys weren't here. I'll take full responsibility.
But stop! Play that back again.
Well, whatever happened, this can't continue.
But Blake...
I have to contact Angela's family. We can't lie to them about what happened, where it happened. This is on me. You guys weren't here. I'll take full responsibility.
I can't lie about this, but I don't have to tell the truth either.
And that's on top of maybe concealing her whereabouts in the first place.
Did anybody read the fucking script? So they take the body to the elevator, but it won't start. I wonder if that's because he's the villain.
See? It's not gonna work.
Okay. Stairs.
Is there another stairwell?
No.
You never, not once, in all these years, looked in the fucking stairwell. You are fucking shitting me.
These students don't have a single question about that.
I know. Thank you. Well, Maitland said to be down here sometime tomorrow. Could be the morning.
Don't think we're stuck down here?
Well, that phone isn't connected to anything, so yeah. Anyway, with nothing else to do, Carla goes to visit Blake. Again. But instead of comforting him, she takes the opportunity to shit all over his trauma with a story relating to that time their childhood pet rabbit died.
I was so worried about what happened. You know, where she went. You just said, "It's okay, KJ. She's in heaven." You just believed it. Like you knew it was true.
Well, yeah. I assume you were children at the time.
I didn't trust God. I didn't feel safe with the idea.
Well, of course not. He killed your rabbit.
You got sick and I started to hate him. Like, really hate him. And I want to believe like you, I do. But I can't.
As a merciless conqueror of several realms and a member of a vicious, deceitful species, I'd like to say something on behalf of hatred.
You want to defend the virtue of the concept of hatred?
If I may.
By all means.
Thank you. As a being that enjoys much hatred, I must point out you cannot hate something you don't believe in. You can hate the acts of people who believe in a deity you do not worship, but that isn't hating the deity. That's hating the actions that occurred or the religion which is documented. If you hate God, that means you believe he exists. You dumb bitch.
Well said.
KJ.
I'm gonna kill you, just like I did your cunt mother.
Kinda tipped your hand there, brother.
Oh no. It was actually really important for the demon to reveal itself in that moment and then not do anything at all.
Why?
Anyway, Carla and Game Boy talk about their relationship, which has no bearing on anything, and then she shows him some of the tapes. Now, you know how this movie is like the dumbest thing on earth? Well, I want to take a second and show you something that's irrelevant to the story, but a perfect microcosm for the film as a whole.
This is Martin. He has cataplexy, which commenced at around age 6.
Oh, 5.
I'm sorry, 5. How are you feeling?
He's here. He's here. He's trying to get...
What's that? You need to speak up so the camera...
Stop yelling at me! Stop yelling at me! It's your voice. His voice.
Whose voice is inside your head?
He's there! He's trying to get in! He's trying to...
What's my point in showing you that? He states that the patient has cataplexy. Now, what is cataplexy? How about we Google it? This sudden loss of muscle tone while a person is awake leads to weakness and a loss of voluntary muscle control. It is often triggered by sudden, strong emotions such as laughter, fear, anger, stress, or excitement. So, 100% the opposite of what this actor is portraying. This one moment tells you everything you need to know about the effort that went into this production. Now back to the main stupid with Carla's dad interviewing her mom.
How are you feeling?
Here sometimes. Gone sometimes.
Gone? Where do you go?
With him.
Who?
Between awake and asleep. That's where he is. Trying to get in.
Cool, so we flat out told the audience that this demon enters your body when you're somewhere in between awake and asleep. Unless it takes over your body when you're awake as a person can possibly be, but hey, don't think about that.
Jesus!
She shouldn't be able to see us, right?
I'm getting Francis.
No, William. William!
You gotta see this. I don't know.
No, look, William. I'm sure this can be explained.
Oh my God. None of this was here a minute ago, Sarah. She was staring straight at us.
Those are Bible pages.
Right. Not what happened or whose blood is that. Simply, I can tell those are Bible pages in 10-point font 8 feet away, layered over each other and slathered in blood. That's how I read all my Bibles. I recognize it anywhere.
You should probably check on your wife.
Sarah! Say something. Let me know you're all right.
You're fucking kidding.
You just walk around the corner, man.
Of course they don't do that, and Sidekick Girl pops in with the priest's diary she's been reading since they found the tapes.
Demu. The one who takes us from the nocturnal refuge. The parasite that will destroy all things. It says here that when the demon ruled, there was a land without sleep. God overpowered him and created sleep to protect us from his influence.
As far as I can tell, they made up Idemu for this movie, so... That's 3 points for the movie.
Once the Demu has awoken, he will feed on the souls of innocents. When they hear his seductive whisper, they will give their souls to the void and increase his power.
Why innocents?
Innocents are pussies. Very easy to consume for power.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What doesn't make sense is calling those whispers seductive, since everyone who's mentioned them has been scared to death and trying to get away.
Hey, did I use pussies right?
Yes. Well done. And what a mouth for whispering, huh?
Once the demon has consumed what he needs, he can be set free.
What does that mean?
No need for a human host anymore.
Does it have a human host? It kind of seems like it's just hanging out in the ether and attacking whoever it wants.
You don't believe this, do you?
The medications aren't working. An exorcism is the only way. The incantations are right here.
Wait, are you saying the demon gave Blake insomnia so it could possess him? Because I thought the whole reason it was possessing him was because he had insomnia.
We need to keep treating him with real medicine. This is occult bullshit. She's letting her witchcraft fantasies threaten Blake's life.
Hey, I'm right here, you know.
You're letting your stupid little witchcraft shit threaten Blake's life.
I love Blake just as much as you do. I would never endanger his life on a whim, you asshole.
He didn't say it was a whim. He said it was a frustrating major character trait. But then again, all the dialogue is broken conversations don't make sense. La la la!
How can you think something like this is even possible?
Because I know Blake. And I knew my mom.
Therefore, demons.
These two find the last tape, and we see the demon is just as fucking dumb as everyone else.
You're not welcome here, priest. I'll take this whore with me if you come one step closer.
Sarah, please.
Just don't come any closer! I'll just come to you.
William's dead. They're all dead.
I know.
We've got to get out of here. We can use this. We got to keep this as a record so that we... What? Give it to me. No! Give it to me! Please! You ruined everything!
The guy who was very obviously the bad guy from the very first thing he fucking said turned out to be the very obvious bad guy?
We knew.
And the priest is the one who hid the box in a vent right before getting killed.
On the bright side, he did get killed.
We have to warn Alice.
Wow, super chill reaction to finding out your foster uncle is a mass murderer, Carla, but too late! Sidekick girl got possessed and released Blake. But by the time Carla and Game Boy get to her room, she's already back there waiting for them. I have no understanding of the layout of this basement.
Do you believe now, KJ?
Well, Carla already kind of did believe in the demon thing. Would have made more sense to ask Game Boy.
Maybe it wants her to believe in God. Remember, she hates the God she doesn't believe in?
Right, okay. But would it want her to believe in God?
Honestly, I have no clue what this movie wants.
So the demon commits suicide again, but if that's really how it's collecting souls, I don't know why it hasn't just done that to Blake yet, since it's shown it can just possess anyone at any time. It doesn't actually need Blake.
Oh, come on. There's no dial tone.
Huh. No dial tone.
That telephone is obviously fake.
Oh, yeah.
We have to go. Right now.
I'm not leaving without Blake.
Hey, dickheads! You're down there right now because the elevator wouldn't work.
Correct. Nothing you can do will matter. You may as well just accept your death.
Well, no, but... Of course, with these guys, I actually don't care. Anyway, they go into the observation room, and when they find Apnea dead, they pretend to give a shit.
We, however, will not.
And then they find Blake standing in a random hall. I guess they couldn't find him in the observation room because they needed to stretch the runtime.
I don't know what I'm supposed to read.
You better figure it out.
If Sidekick Girl could figure it out, it's not that mysterious.
Check the part titled, How to Exorcism.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He leads me by the still waters. He restores my soul.
Psalm 23 is not an exorcism rite, you dumb fucking movie. Especially when you fuck up the second fucking verse.
Edemo, you are revealed.
The demon stuff is on the demon page.
That makes sense. I feel like we should have guessed.
Yeah. Dr. Villain shows up and stabs Game Boy.
Huzzah!
And then Carla throws hydrochloric acid in his face.
What? Was she carrying that around with her? And I just didn't notice? Like, when did she...
Doesn't matter. With Game Boy dying, Carla gets bonked and wakes up in Dr. Villain's demon room. Because he had a demon room down there. And nobody ever saw it.
So this is what your life amounts to? It's killing people who trusted you. You were like a father to me. You're a coward.
What does any of this have to do with cowardice?
The man is collecting souls to feed a demon. Please explain how that makes him seem fearful of anything.
What do you know of courage? Nothing. I was trapped, tormented every day, and he saved me.
Yes, if you've got rocks for brains and didn't figure it out, Dr. Villain is the opening rape kid.
There was another boy, Cody. Idimu possessed him, and I saw a power I never knew could exist. And in an instant, everything changed.
The demon made him drop the gun, then slit his own throat?
For fuck's sake, man, we're almost done.
But Cody took back control and stopped him from getting in. The only way he could.
Can't let him back in. No!
Teen boy rape, teen boy suicide. This movie's got everything! Anyway, the villain's soliloquy takes forever. He wanted to repay the demon for killing his rapist. After decades of failure, he heard that Dr. Dad's wife had FFI and decided to use her to host the demon. Kinda makes you wonder if this means a person needs to find a host for the demon, because if so, who the fuck told it to possess an orphan boy? And if not, why would it need this guy to find a host for it? Isn't it always attracted to people who can't sleep? Isn't that the whole thing?
After I recite this incantation, Idimu will be free again.
In that case, if you don't need her to feed your demon, why is she still alive?
So she can take a nap, of course.
What? Oh! So she battles the sleep demon in a dreamland setting. This was all building up to a surreal...
She dreams about being in the very same hallway. But it does give us two unintentionally hilarious jump scares back to back.
Is that... scary?
Just wait.
What the hell was all that?
The most non-threatening posture imaginable and the doofiest excuse for a demon face ever put to DVD?
No, that can't be serious. I'm starting to think the people who made this movie are the ones laughing at us.
Dumb story short, Carla gets free and starts reading anti-demon lines while Dr. Villain reads pro-demon lines with his own book.
Nothing controls me.
No. No. My lord, I can set you free.
Now what?
Now, the demon is so stupid, it doesn't know that its most loyal servant ever is trying to help it. So, while it's still stuck using Blake's body, it controls Dr. Villain to kill himself.
Whew. I mean, that is really stupid.
Oh no! I'll show you, stupid. When Demon Blake completely ignores her exorcism attempts, which were hurting him earlier, but whatever, she tries something truly powerful. Asking him to stop being possessed.
What?
I need you to help me beat him. I need you to try. I need you to fight! Blake!
I formally request this movie go fuck itself.
Yep, this whole thing is about faith and science and conjuring and exorcism, and it turns out all they had to do was tell it you weren't interested. But hey, Blake is alive, she takes the elevator key, and 3 days later they're recovering in a hospital. So everything's good.
The key worked? How?
Oh, perhaps I wasn't clear. She picks up the key, and 3 days later they're recovering in a hospital. So everything's good. Blake's even sleeping, so I guess his illness was caused by the demon. Somehow.
But they were stuck because the key didn't work.
Yeah?
So how did the key suddenly work?
Dude! She picked up the key, and 3 days later, they're recovering in a hospital. How is that not perfectly clear?
I am so angry with you right now.
And then they imply Carla can't sleep, so she's probably possessed, and this movie is brainless fucking garbage. I can't believe this was ever approved.
Gonna be honest, this may have been the stupidest thing you've ever made me watch.
Oh, well, of course it is! How the fuck do you rationalize putting patients of insomnia, night terrors, and apnea in the same fucking room? What are they doing for these two anyway? This guy's wearing headphones the whole time, but no breathing aids. You don't even listen to what this chick has to say. What is the fucking plan here? And speaking of plans, the day she puts up a big fuss about helping her brother not die, she and her friend sneak into the hospital and bust him out. So instead of discharging him normally during the day and sneaking him to the abandoned door later that night, they've now made a hospital patient disappear. So that'll be a missing person report. And, oh yeah, these two student doctors, his sister and best friend, have also gone missing. Maybe put an APB out on the kidnapping suspects. Good luck with that, though, since they've apparently abandoned their lives to go live in an abandoned basement. All of these dipshits are in medical school, and at least these two have internships at the hospital. But once they go in, they never go out. And they are down there for a week. No telling how long the other patients were down there, or if anyone cares. And this guy! A demon killed his oppressor, but only to save itself from being shot. Not because it gave a shit about him. It didn't even know him. So his plan, instead of spending his life working to protect other minors from horrific foster conditions, he dedicates his life to birthing an ancient evil into the world with a penchant for possessing children and driving them to suicide. He's even using the kids he's apparently fostering to do this. What the fuck is this shit? The dialogue never listens to itself or makes any fucking sense. There is absolutely a total lack of atmosphere. Oh, and for all the scientific research that went into these totally legitimate medical conditions, you know what might help your patients get some sleep? Turning off the motherfucking lights! Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And not just the movie, anyone who fucking paid for it. Tad.
I gotta say, this fucking voice is not easy to maintain for a 6-hour shoot.
Or for 20 minutes.